So the question we sometimes get from customers is, can you make your stories up, right? So what do you say when a customer says to you, Mike, can I just make this up?
Well, I look after the sales story practice,
Yes.
right? So I represent and teach a category of business people that have very low credibility in general. Like, salespeople are not that well trusted. So what I tell salespeople is, don't risk your credibility by making something up, and particularly don't pretend that it's true, because that's the most important thing to you in a sale, is your credibility, right? Yeah. So, and we talk a little bit in our course about, maybe telling apocryphal stories, myths somewhat, and I say, look, those are normally attributed to a prophet or some religious figure or Einstein, when you're not them. So, you don't have that authority. So don't go there. So that's my general advice. What do you think?
Yeah, oh look, I actually have a similar take, because I say to Leo, you don't want to make something up and then someone in the organisation calls you on it.
No.
Your credibility just dives. But there are a couple of situations where I think you can at least help do something. Like, for example, say you're trying to get people to imagine a new world, a new future. Well, then just by using the phrase, imagine this, you're then able to tell a story everyone knows is made up.
That's right.
Right. So there's that scenario. But in the other scenario, there's a group of stories which you kind of know are not true as soon as you start them. Right. They're almost like they have a sense of a joke about them.
Right.
The one I'm thinking of, I heard this told by Charlie Munger, the sort of billionaire investor in the US, Warren Buffett's buddy.
Warren Buffett's sidekick, yeah.
He's 97 years old, that guy. Anyway, I talked about this on the podcast just recently, but the story he tells is, he says, Mozart is, sort of having an enjoyable day, and this young fellow comes up to him and says, Mozart, I'm really keen to write a symphony, and I'd love your advice on this. Right. And Mozart says, look, quite frankly, you're not old enough to write a symphony. No, quite a bit older. He said, and this young fellow's going, what do you mean? I mean, you wrote your first symphony when you were 10 years old. Mozart sort of chuckles and says, yeah, but I didn't go and ask anyone how to do it. Yeah. And so, I think it's a good one in terms of meaning, but it's not true.
That's right, and which is normally the case with jokes, right? So, I would probably classify that as a joke feeling about it, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think that's perfectly acceptable, and I also think that there are myths and fables and things. But my general advice to a sales team is, your company has plenty of great stories. Right. Just go out and find true ones. And it was also the basis of our Anecdote was started, right? Yeah. Like, if we want to be safe about storytelling, let's go and find true anecdotes from our business.
I agree. That's the way to do it.
It is the way to do it.